Now let's work on our relay, which is the Civil SG82. The first thing I'll do is open the settings here. The first thing I'll encounter is the device information, where you can enter the name of your relay based on the feeder. Let's assume, for example, HEO1, whatever the name of your feeder is. Here you have the IEC 61850 name, which is the IED name, because every relay must have a unique name. For communication with the SCADA system or the substation automation system, also known as the PSA, which is the power system. Okay, after that I go to the hardware and protocols. Here, the relay's appearance is displayed. As you can see here, the faceplate of the relay or the front view of the relay, and here is the rear view. Here you can see all and the hardware that you can control or modify after the CT. As is clear here, this is the CT card. If you click on any of these cards, this is the CT card. And this is the communication card with the system interface. If you click on it, you have here the menu below where you can click on the word properties and see what you can change. Here, these cards are related to the system interface or the interaction with the system. Here you can set a range of settings. And of course, if I had it, I would have the protection interface where you place it in the device address and remote device address. And then we start adjusting the configuration and choose whether I have direct fiber or a media converter and what my baud rate is and so on. Media converter and what my baud rate is and so on. As for me, the system interface, all I have to do is go and press on my card. And it will start telling you to set your three things: the ACs, which are the IP address, the subnet mask, and the gateway address. Of course, the IP address depends on the IP address you have at the station, and naturally the last number here must be unique for each device. You can't have two devices on the same IP address. After that, you will go to the word protocol, and it will ask you here for the communication. Here, you have communication with the IEC 61850 and communication with the LISCA or other if you have any communication in another form. Therefore, if you are going to use this communication card or use this interface with the IEC 61852, you will select it. After that, you will have the redundancy protocol here. The redundancy protocol gives you 4 settings. Mainly, we use the first 2, which are BRP and RSTP. Now, if we come here and look at the difference between the two, we will go down here and we will find that I have BRP and RSTP. BRP stands for Parallel Redundancy Protocol, and this is according to IEC 62439-3. The Parallel Redundancy Protocol means that I will have 2 fiber channels, channel 1 and channel 2, both used together at the same time. Both transfer data from the relay to my system or to my SAS at the same time. And therefore, it tells you that this provides, meaning what? The transition from this or from that to what? And thus, I have done this in case there is a problem with one of what? One, is that clear? Or, I mean, one mom of what? On one, this gives you good, but of course, this requires more hardware from you, but it certainly gives you more availability. I have no problem with that. Okay, and the RSTP, which is according to IEE 802, well, this also, which is the 802, well, this also there are 2 trains, but there are trains operating, and the second train operates at approximately 100 milliseconds fast, not less than 100 milliseconds. But this is the difference between PRP and RSTP. A lot, meaning not less than 100, which is 100, not much less than that, but that's the difference between PRP and RSTP, which we call PRP, and the other we call failover, or any name depending on how you see it in different realms. But you always have the known names PRP and RSTP. So you start choosing your protocol based on something like this. For example, if you chose PRP. Now that the PRP is done, you then go to the network to see which network you are using, such as SNTP, which is the Simple Network Time Protocol. If you use the Simple Network Time Protocol to connect all the relays in the station to the GPS and take the time from it, you can then go to the SNTP setting and see your first time source and your second time source. You have 2 GPS, each with its own IP address. Then you go and check the time source. You have the first and the second time source. You have 2, and what is the IP address of each one. So now we have finished the hardware and protocol